Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing? Wow. How are you guys doing tonight? How are you guys doing? Guys, I'm here, right? I keep saying guys, I hate it, but until I find me another word. I'm telling you, I'm like saying, why? I'll try to move this thing here.
This is the moment the world for the first time saw an American Pope stepping out onto the balcony overlooking St. Peter's Square.
Enjoy with Naomi. Good night. How are you? How are you? How are you? You see, I'm here. I'm here, family, and I'll be pondering. I'm doing good so far. How you doing? Just don't finish eat me something and here watching the news and pondering because today was this evening because when I came home we were so tired because we had to go on the road and then take care of some bills. Then the guy came and fixed the car. Yeah, he came today and fixed the car. And then guess what? For over 2 years now, I haven't drove on the freeway. So today I finally went on the freeway today. Traffic was crazy, but I went on there because I had to test the car. So I went on the freeway and everything was good. Everything was really, really good right there. So I was kind of happy for that. So I had to test the car because he needed a tune-up because after he fixed the motor, because I had to put a motor in the car. So after he fixed the motor, then he had some I didn't like how he was running, so he put I had somebody else checked it for me. And they said, yes, it's going to need a tune-up real quick. He had already told me going to need a tune-up real quick. So I got it. So, guys, I went on the... Because mind you, when I just got my car, I was a new driver, right? New driver. And haven't been on the highway for so long. So today, I went on the freeway. And I'm telling you, traffic was crazy. What you was on the freeway doing? I was on the freeway doing when safe to do so. I just remember my instructor said when safe to do so, change one lane to the right. That's how I was playing in my head because I mean traffic was crazy. There was little or no error. You have none. But anyway, nevertheless, we get over that and everything, and so that was good. You still have a little noise to it, but I guess they're telling me that I have to because they put in a new motor in the car. I have to make everything back to adjust with the oil and everything, what I mean, to lubricate back to the parts that it needs to. So I have to understand all of that. So good night, family. And now I'm left pondering with as I came home and I was, chilling and watching up some videos, this thing just came to my mind. Who am I? Hot or cold? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what are you talking? CS, how are you? Jungle Bunny. You said Jungle Bunny. Jungle Bunny good. Jungle Bunny is perfecto. uh, so I'm like, why am I getting this thing here now? I'm like, man, who I always say I am who I am, hot or cold. I'm like, What? What is that all about?
Brother Ken says the students were elated
Because I came home already tired, had the kids play downstairs and chilling and everything. Then I had to start do some research. Let me open the phone. Put up my phone right here. So I went and dug deep to get little research here. And in Revelation 3 verse no, it was Revelation. In Revelation 3 verse 15 it says, I know your deeds. You are neither cold nor hot. How I wish. These are just from the internet particles here. But this part that really get me, because I don't want to go into the biblical aspect of anything, because I'm like, why? And all evening I've been pondering on it, because when it came to my thought, I just type it out as how it came. Just as how I got it. That's the same way it is on there. And then I was gonna go live straight away when I got it. And I'm like, I heard a voice say, you need to look back into it. I'm like, how am I gonna talk about this? I don't even
I just hope that he does the will of God and
I'm like,
his wellness.
understand it from
He does not
the point in which it was given to me.
bring people close.
I'm like,
He's had good guys and bad guys.
this is a tough task.
He's a good guy. I think
But anyway, because from my point of view, totally different when I did the research. And then in Timothy, 2 Timothy 4 verse 2 said, instruct Timothy, and by extension all believers, to preach the word of God consistently, both in favorable and challenging circumstances. And guys, all I took from this was the challenging circumstances. You're gonna have those times in your life where you're gonna get a task and you're gonna say, what? How am I gonna do this? What am I gonna say? You always have something that are challenging and the circumstances, but if the biblical aspect is a little bit more different, so we're not gonna go into that part. I'm just gonna try to deviate as much as possible, because to explain something to the full 100, you have to understand it, and this would require a little bit more, not a little more, it would require research, you understand, to understand the full meaning of what the whole thing there that came to my thought this evening said to me, because I'm like, why give that to me? Why give that task to me? You know? Because in my head, what I was thinking of, and these are just opinions, these are nothing factual, was that
through the city's downtown area tonight demanding justice for Patrick Leoya and a retrial. The case centered around the struggle that unfolded after a traffic stop.
it's a tough topic he gives to me. But anyway,
It ended with Leoya being
and it's a tough topic, and it can also be a very much controversial topic after I did my research.
his actions were not justified.
Oh, my body started bring heat. Hot flash. I was drinking a cup of tea, that's why.
An update tonight with charges filed against a 15-year-old accused of shooting a student in the hand on a packed school bus.
So I was saying, why?
Thurston High School
Why?
in Redford Township yesterday.
Even before I come on live, I'm like, I went on live trying to change the topic. I couldn't change the topic. It's not like it's hard to talk about. It's just that you're just trying to avoid. I lost the heading.
Is closing the westbound
It's like trying to avoid
I-75,
certain things. When you're just trying to avoid certain things, yeah.
demolishing the Church Street Plaza Bridge in Oak Park. It begins at 9 tomorrow night.
That's just the biblical aspect, though. But that's not what I really wanted when we talk about hot and cold. I was looking at, in my opinion, I was looking at it like when it came to my thought, this is the first thing that I was saying to myself, that
It's all about raising voices in the community. Our third
I am who I am, regardless of who
and tonight I want to shine
someone may perceive me as, or
Plymouth resident.
they may look at me as.
I spent time
I have to remain who I am.
that return
You know what I mean? Because sometimes people can judge you from their standpoint, but still haven't get to know you because they didn't take the time to know you. They never ask you anything. Because one, you can't just come and think that somebody's just gonna just blow it and say, hey, so and so, this and that. Not everybody cut like that. We all don't cut from the same piece of cloth. Yeah, we may cut within the in terms of some things, but we all have some differences, and we all weren't built that way. You know, we built with our own things that he wants us to build with. But then it's a tough one. And it's not like a tough one, say you can't answer it, but it's just a tough one that can be very controversial if you have to dive deep into it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why give this to me? You can't go on and on to talk about I am who I am, whether hot or cold, whether you like it or not. I am who I am. You know what I mean? You can't go all like that. But then at the same time, it's like after I did my research just now and realized the biblical aspect of it, I'm like, wow. Hmm. But then the part that I take from Second Timothy is the regardless of the circumstances or the challenges, remain consistent, you know. And from what I'm gonna just put in there that I understand is have faith, have a belief, believe in him. You know that all things are possible through him, because they say all things are possible through Christ who strengthened me, you know. Because regardless of how we all do stuff, because we all do stuff differently in this world. But I'm starting to realize that regardless of how we do stuff different, we have to stood our grounds as individual. Because as an individual, we still have a role to play in what we are doing, not just what we're trying to build as a community or anything, but as an individual, we have a task to do, you know, and that is to remain consistent in what we are doing as an individual. The connection that we're gonna be forming with our intuition, which is the connection of with Christ and all these things, Christ like behavior and everything, you know, as well as with the people around us. And it's gonna define who we are, you know, not by mankind, because regardless we can still say, you know what, I am who I am, regardless whether you like me or not, whether you think I'm hot, whether you think I'm cold. Because if you look at it from the world standpoint of how people would view you, sometimes they would say, wow, she cold, wow, she hot. It could mean several, it could go several different ways, you know. It could mean that, wow, she rude, she just cold. Yeah, you know, it depends on how we look at that one little statement right there. It's a tough one, because then you don't want to come off as being like I don't care or whatever, whatever. You know, well, not all of us go care, you know, but I can only speak for myself because I am who I am, whether hot or cold, or regardless. You know, that's how I'm looking at it, regardless of how anyone would view me as an individual. I have to remain consistent. I have to be persistent with who I am and realize that regardless of my cold days, because I'm looking at my cold days as in mood. You know, they say your cold days, you're so cold, your mood changes, you know. It's like those colorful lamps, lights that I have on when sometimes I turn them on. Or so you see they changes. It's just the different moods. You know what I mean? So somebody will say, wow, today you're so cold, or you're so mean, or you're so disgruntled, or you know, those are just the negative attributes of how somebody looking at you, depending on sometimes you don't even have to say anything to someone for them to just have a whole judgment written down for you on their in their head or on a piece of paper, you know. But regardless of that, I still have to remain who I am. And then in between that, when I was looking at the biblical aspect of it, as I said, I'm not gonna go deep into that, but they were talking about when they say God said He would rather be among the people who are lukewarm, and I'm like, wow. It's a lot to digest when you get a. I don't know if anybody ever get a topic, and it's not like you don't know how to talk about it, or you can talk about it because you have different angles to talk about something, but then you don't want to feel tangled into something that you know can be very controversial, and regardless of anything, people will agree with you to disagree. That's that's regardless of anything. Doesn't matter what challenge we face in life or what hurdle, what obstacles. But it's just that some topics are very controversial. So when they're given, when it is given, whether by your inner thought process just it come out and give it to you, or you get a topic to talk about or so, you have to really do the research to understand, like topic like this, because especially when you do the research and you realize, oh, the first thing popped up was the Bible aspect of it. Then now your head start to explode because then you're like, let me sip my tea.
Replaces Sandra Ono, who is the sole finalist for the presidency at the University of Florida.
John, how are you? He said, come to USA. President Donald Trump is looking for you. He already find me. He already find me, brother. I'm already in the US. He already find me. Oh. Fun facts. The first time I did citizenship class, the first before he was elected to be the president, I did a research on him when I was in college. He was so hilarious. Oh, so he ain't looking for me because he found me already. But this topic have me like, I said, where is that tequila? And I don't drink, so you'll be imagine. It's an imaginary tequila. If you get something sometimes and you're like, what? Why give that thing to me? It's not that you want to be disobedient, but then you just know the controversial aspect of it because, normally sometimes I get some things to talk about. I don't have to research it, because it just come natural because I understand. You understand? So, but understanding this, but then it's so much road to it. It's so much angles. And I'm like, you know what? As soon as I see the Bible aspect pulled up, I'm like, okay, I need to pull out. I went back and I'm like, I need to get out of this, but I didn't know how to keep it. And then like, I heard a voice say, "Do not be disobedient," and I'm like, oh, but what am I gonna do? Am I gonna be stood here looking like a fool talking about something? It's a very controversial thing. Because one, you can come off as being aggressive depending on how you execute it or how you look at it, or you could be coming off as boastful depending on how you want to, the direction you want to go. There are so many things to it. You can go in the biblical way and then you could still come off of misinterpret the message or the statement, or the command that is given. Oh my God. Oh. This is what you call a roadblock, Everywhere you go is a dead end. This is what you call a dead end. It's not a dead end. The question is not a dead end, but it's just that when you start to look at, if you type in that same thing at the AC, all these things start to pop up, and then you don't want to come off so feeling, sounding boisterous, not feeling, sounding boisterous, sounding anger. These are just all some of the things that are coming up depending on how you would look at this thing here. I am who I am, whether hot or cold. It can come off in so many ways of kind of, what did I say, cocky, boastful, brabful, full of yourself, bitter, angry. You know what I mean? So I'm like, why give it to me? Lord, I failed this one. I don't think. Oh my God, I don't know. But I sat on it and I was just rubbing my head and I'm like, oh my God, oh my God.
We are a nonprofit in the behavioral health system. One of the things that we are
Uh-uh.
so grateful for in our partnership with Tryon is
You
the
know.
absolutely
Sometimes you get some thoughts come to your head and you could just hit the nail on the head on without no hesitation. And it's not like I'm lost for word, it's just that I'm trying not to go to the different angles or the different route that I already know how this topic set up and situated. Because even if I drop myself in it to reflect on my life, it can still come off as being either negative or positive, you know what I mean? Either or, but then this is just so I'm just will go with Timothy, you know. The challenge and just gonna being consistent. I would just stick with those two. The challenges that we face and you just have to be consistent with it, you know. Whether we hot or whether we cold. Because I don't wanna go talk about this topic at all, at all. But I thought it was at first when I got it, he just told me exactly what to do and I did exactly what he asked to do. And then I couldn't change it. I couldn't figure out how to change it. So I hope that, you know, he's not mad at me for not wanting to, because sometimes you get some assignments to do, and even if it's in real life and you get some assignment to do, sometimes you have to really reject it, because then it's going to be too much. And then, well, when I mean too much, it's not like you don't understand the assignment, it's just that what is required of you may be coming off when you're looking at it from different angles, you know, especially if you're not versatile with it, you know. So the angles that you are looking at, it can come off as being not what you were expecting, you know what I mean? And so therefore you have to withdraw, you know, or you go up there and like you're nervous or something, and it's not literally nervous, it's just a way of running yourself out of time to make everybody, you know, think that you don't know what you're talking about or you don't know what you're doing. But if anybody understands from what I mentioned and can picture it that way, they will understand, say yes, it kind of like that, you know. So some tasks you're gonna get in life is gonna challenge you, and sometimes you'll get the task and you might feel good when you get the task, but then after you realize that why did I accept this task, then when you wander back out, you can't back out because you already set it up. You really accept. Now the assignment is yours. Now you just have to just go on. You're like, you know what? I am who I am. Hot or cold. I don't want to talk about it. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is like having a debate and you just know all the angles that these people are just gonna come and just throw the dart after you say something, and they gonna say, but you said this, that. You know, certain topics that can be really controversial. I try not to talk about them. They still will pop up, but sometimes you can shift, you know what I mean, quick and fast. But with this one, it's, whether you talk about it in a negative light or you talk about it in a positive light, it can still be very controversial. So therefore I'm gonna fail this one. I never lost the word, but I'm gonna fail this one. You know, I will have to pass up on this one. So I think that just sharing the topic with you all out there now. If anybody understand what this topic really, because I just got it and I didn't really. I'm like, what? This was my reaction. What? And then once you have to draw your phone to research something, when you get it, you know it's something that can be a little bit that you have to be thinking. You know, it's gonna require you to start rotate that part of the brain that need to be thinking, constantly thinking. because you don't want to come off saying the wrong thing, even though it's saying, I am who I am, whether hot or cold. That's still not the point, especially when you go Google it and you see the biblical part, the first thing fly in your face. That's a topic you want to leave. Unless you have that well knowledgeable background about how to intertwine the biblical with the things that are coming in between, that you're understanding without sounding bitter, arrogant, all kind of stuff. Not just bitter and all these things, but the mixed reaction, the mixed emotions. You know, don't want to talk and then talk off a turn instead of talk within. Because that means you lack the understanding of something or haven't done the research properly, which I didn't. I just research and look. So I don't know. But I'll just leave that for now. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Jungle Bunny is here. I like that name, Jungle Bunny. I've never been in the jungle, but jungle is here. And actually, I'm a Leo, so I'm a Leo is from the jungle. The lion in the jungle. So I'll take the lion in the jungle, Jungle Bunny. Hey, people creative bad, Yeah, you sit down with creative bad. Because I would never thought of Jungle Bunny. I probably thought of the lion in the jungle, but not Jungle Bunny. Yeah. So it just shows how creative we are as human beings. I'm telling you. But anyway, I did pretty good on the freeway there today for this long while. It's just me and my kids though. Took the car for a test run after he put in the tune after he did the tune up, so. And then I had got off the freeway and then I had to go back as I was using the GPS. So I had got off. So, but then I tell you, those cars were coming burp speed behind you. You better quickly move out that way. You know. So it wasn't bad. And then at one point, it shut off on me. When I was waiting before I hit the freeway the first time, it had stopped, so that means you wouldn't be able to drive it. And then I had to turn it off and turn it back on. So I don't know, family, but I ain't gonna deliver this topic. It's not that I cannot deliver it, but I'm not gonna deliver it because look, you know. But you can go research it for yourself. And if you want to talk about that topic, where if you have more knowledge and insight on it, then if you want to talk about it, talk about it. I would love to hear about it. If somebody want to be out there and take that one on, whether you want to go the biblical way with it or whatever, I would love to hear about it and how, because my reaction to it is different and wild, you know. And sometimes you're looking at a topic and it's like, oh, this is easy. Easy is one thing, but then when you see tying so many things into it, and then your brain weren't wired with that much knowledge of the things that just popped up in your face about it. Because I didn't even know that was also in there either. So you know what I mean? So it just goes to show that every single thing we talk out of our mouth, we have a scripture for it.
I did 950 miles on the Pacific Crest Trail, and then decided I wanted to go hike in the Himalayas. I was not 20 years old. I was 64.
But other than that, family, other than hot and cold, I just drink me some hot tea. About to get me some hot flash, and I'm good. Eat some food earlier. We spent some time outside. We didn't know much on come in the house about about an hour and a half or so. We came in the house because I had the kids playing out there. Because my bike, the tire is flat again. I don't know what's wrong with that bike. I never have to deal with, not the car, the bike. I never have to deal with that much flat tire in my life since I know myself riding bikes, and I'm riding bikes since I was a child. So I gotta get it fixed tomorrow. They're gonna get a new tube in tomorrow, hopefully. Hopefully the weather good. Consider the weather was not good. It was cold, but your girl tough it out today anyhow in a spaghetti. So yes, but I'm giving thanks. I'm giving thanks to everything, and I can't complain. But I just want to say to everyone that regardless of who we are who we are. Be consistent and stay true to ourselves. That's all I can say. Because life is what we make of it. And when some things you see, you're gonna put yourself in a situation where you don't want to. You have to second guess yourself sometimes to really ask yourself stop, because maybe at first when you get a thought, sometimes it's like you just say yeah, 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 I can do it, yeah, 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 and then when you really get home and realize like what, you didn't even, you forgot you had a doctor appointment when you take the test, or you forget so you have this to do, or you forget that you don't have that much knowledge. After you start your research, you say, there's no way I can do this. You know what I mean? Not to say that you're doubting yourself or anything, because it's not about doubting yourself. It's about you don't want to. Maybe if you say, all right, no, this is a topic that need to be talked about, but you might need to do further research to understand what is it that it is requiring you to do. Then you can say yes, you know what I mean. But when you get something and say yes, you got to talk about this, and you're like what, like right now, whew. It's like you get a PowerPoint presentation to do, and you're not a PowerPoint presentation person to know flip no slide and be looking out for the slide, and then you have to explain this and explain that, and you're like, okay, how am I gonna do this? And then sometimes you start and you get into the groove, and then sometimes you start and you realize, no way, no way, I ain't going no further. You know what I mean? You're like, oh my God, what did I put myself into? Well, I wanted to back out of the challenge, but it was too late. So I hope you understand, and forgive the girl, forgive Resilient Queen.
Justice. It means different things to different people. But getting justice isn't just a legal process, it's a healing process.
They had a beautiful day today. I had a beautiful day today. Beautiful. Made some adjustment to the house, cleaning up. So I have a few parts left. So I'm feeling good, family. I'm feeling good. Made some adjustment. Now the tune up is out the way. Hopefully the car don't shut off no more when you reach at the light. So just gotta keep working it in for everything, to make sure all of the things what they call it lubricate back and good again, all everything ready again. So God is good all the time. I know I got one research to do, but it's not about anything to read. It's not about anything to read, it's about something else, something important. You know. And I want everybody to understand. Sometimes we're gonna get some tough tasks in life. Whether at your job, whether a request from a family, whether a request from your pastor, your friends, or anything. And sometimes it's gonna seem weird to you. And trust me, it's gonna be weird. If you think it's weird, it's gonna be weird. Because it's probably, even if you had an idea of how to navigate, but then when you really think, like, hold on, hold up. What do you say you want from me? Those kind of vibes, you're like, hold up. No way I'm doing that. You know what I mean? So you're like, sometimes I feel like I'm losing my mind because I'm over here talking to the camera. You know what I mean? YouTube. YouTube have me talking to myself. Like that video. The video is talking to myself and they start screaming. You talk to yourself every night, that's okay. Oh God. I'm dodging the question. I'm dodging, ducking. I'm doing what they call this song say I'm dodging, I'm ducking on that song I'm dodging. I'm dodging. Oh my God. Can you imagine if this was a presentation? I was supposed to go up on a stage well dressed, in my suits, my heels, hair done. I don't know about the nails, but the hair done, my rub polish, what do you call it? Rub my heel back properly. Then I would be like Del Ceta. I just drop dead. Wait, no, with Del Ceta I just drop asleep.
Archbishop of Canterbury. No. Trump was not elected by the conclave. Another election was rigged against him. He did say he looks forward to meeting the new Chicago Pope. Wait till you find out how many times this new Pope.
Oh, I'm getting hot flash. I'm disobedient. I'm getting hot flash. I have to be disobedient. They say you must use your voice. I'm using mine. Nope. Leave me out of this one. Nope. Oh my God. Oh my God. So you know what? I'm in the jungle tonight. I'm the jungle bunny for tonight. I'm sorry. I'm running back in my jungle. I'm going back in my jungle. I'm telling you. Don't tell you have to dodge, yeah, man. I ain't gonna tell no lie. You have to dodge some questions sometimes. You're like, yeah. You're trying to test my faith. Not me tonight. No way.
They make him pick a name. He chose the name Leo the 14th, which is a shame because there have been 13 other Leos. We've never had even one Pope Bob, which would have been pretty great. How have there been so many popes named Leo? Leo doesn't even sound like a pope. It sounds more like the altar boy who got high and ate all the communion wafers. Leo. So congratulations, Steve.
Current event is really running.
We have an American Pope and a Russian president. Isn't it incredible? His first new trade deal today. He made a deal with the UK, so only 180 countries to go, I guess. He's very proud of himself for making a trade agreement with a country we were trading with just fine until he screwed it all up. One of the companies that's getting a break from this deal is Rolls-Royce. So rest easy, Ma and Pa MAGA hat. You're still going to lose the farm, but you'll only have to pay 10% extra on that Rolls-Royce you've had your eye
on. Why did I sit in the kitchen tonight? It's like, they say, why do I get married? It's like, why do I sit in the kitchen tonight? There's Jimmy over here killing me with laugh because I'm dodging the question.
And there aren't too many. This is a good commercial for Rolls-Royce.
Oh my God. But otherwise, from that, people, your girl is all right. And she's here. About to go in our diving and chill out for the night. Well, it's already night already. She about to go dive deep into some deep sleep because I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to have no dream. I just want to be relaxed. I just want to be at peace. I want to get up, have to be running up and down. Nope. I just want to relax, you know what I mean? Oh, yes. my God. I don't need Netflix. All I need to do is turn the TV on to this one.
Everything. The airport in Newark still hasn't recovered from the power outage that resulted in control towers briefly losing communication with planes last week.
So yes, family, I could not deliver tonight. I'm dodging, I'm running away. It's I had a dream that one day I will fly, fly away. And I knew I couldn't stay. So I couldn't stay, family. I run away. I run away. I'm running away tonight, family. I'm running away.
Bicycle gay. The very not gay Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth
I'm running away tonight. Running away, running away, running away.
knew with him. You know how he's using his phone to conduct
So good night, 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 good night.
passwords have been compromised by cyber attacks.
You know,
Like many Americans, Hegseth
so that would be one of my first tests
so he could remember them, but
when I get to that crossroad
Secretary of Defense.
and they ask me what make you turn back.
They should have one of those tubes you blow in and start your car.
They ask you what make you turn back because I am who I am, hot or cold.
Pretty sure even Pete Hegseth is wondering how he still has a job.
Yes, I will share that one day.
Away from the magnificent display
I will definitely share that one day. So.
green right now. She is at the top of her game. Clan Mom is now chairwoman of the Doge subcommittee. She's supposed to
Whew, whew, whew.
have an important hearing titled Keeping
And you see your girl, you look at me and look at them and sleep. My eyes and look at them and get old.
yesterday, in which she used a clearly doctored photo.
They need to go to my bed.
This guy who's in charge of
Hey, family, me topic.
her finger when
I try to dodge that bullet here, people. If you look at that topic for yourself, if you understand it, fine. If it's not that I can't talk about what.
saying that this is game day. One moment, a point of order. You're not. Madam Chair, I have a point of order. The document that you have up behind you is a misrepresentation of the actual offense. And you're trying to misrepresent a witness here who
See why I stay young.
subpoena powers.
All these laughs
Stansbury,
will make you stay young.
not a point of order. Miss Stansbury, you're not right.
It made me look like a young person. Stop not that thing.
one of those these days that gavel's gonna hit her in the head and she'll be smarter for it. She'll be better off.
You are not, this is not a point of order. Ms. Stansbury, this is not a point of order. What the committee does, you are misrepresenting.
Why did I come in the kitchen? It's like, why do I get married?
Ms. Stansbury, you're not recognized. Did you feel you were in a safe environment? Please don't
Yes, family, your girl not gonna stay any longer tonight. You know what? One, I'm tired. Two, I'm dodging the question. I'm thankful over number one should be I'm thankful for life. I'm grateful for everyone. I'm grateful for everything. And I can't complain much. I just have to laugh sometimes, you know. Laugh take my wrinkles out. When I laugh, I no wrinkles, you know. When I yarn, I need to go to my bed, you know. When I be picking my lashes, not my, yeah, these lashes too. You see, when you want to sleep, you talk rubbish, you know. It's like you take a shot of tequila, you can't manage alcohol. So I need to go to my bed, and my cheek hurt from laughing. And I'm just grateful for life. And I dodged the bullet and I dodged the question. It's a family. Walk good tonight. Have a blessed night. And I hope you enjoy the little laughter. And I hope you enjoy the U-turn. And enjoy the rest of your night. And until then, walk good, everybody. And I see you then. I'm going off to my bed. I'm tired. Bye.